Okay, so we will be doing a quick tour of this semi-permy garden here in Thailand where I'm staying. There are all kinds of fruit trees and veggies growing, so this is just a quick tour of what's going on. So for starters, we have tons of fruit trees on this property. This, for example, is a guava tree. And I've read some interesting things about the leaves, being able to use them for hair growth, as a hair growth kind of elixir. So I'm excited about being able to do that. This may look like a blank canvas, and actually it is. We are going to be turning this entire area into a little garden for the compound that I am living on. So that is a work in progress. The amount of mango trees on this property is unreal. So, and they all have lots and lots of mangoes. You usually have to get them before the ants and the bugs get them, and kind of let them ripen inside the house, because if not, a lot of them get infested with worms, things like that. But so that is good. That'll make a yummy sour mango salad, or we can let it ripen on the counter. Okay, so we've got lots going on here. This is a sunflower that I'm growing, and I've got 4 of them growing, but actually only 3 are doing good. So here's one, and we've got another one and another one, and over here we've got some lemon basil. It is, I wish I had smell-o-vision because it smells amazing. We've got some little tomato starts going on here, so I'm trying to see if I can get them to grow properly. For some reason I've had a difficult time starting seeds and things here. It's not exactly easy. So, but hopefully those will do well. There's all kinds of basil here. So we've got some Thai basil. This is more lemon basil. This is roselle, which is, if anybody has had Jamaican sorrel, it's roselle. And here we've got some aloe vera plants going. Surprisingly, aloe is not something that is a big deal here in Thailand. They don't use a ton of it. So it was hard for me to find the plants. These did not start off too good, but I was able to kind of bring them back to life. Oh, look at that. I see these everywhere. Those things bite. This is a quick glimpse at a custard apple tree, but there is nothing on it at the moment. So no fun there. Moving on to Rambutan, which is a beautiful red fruit. Some of the trees in this garden are not very well taken care of. So as you can see, this one has been infested by ants. So right now it's not producing the way it should. And oh, there it is. I've spotted my favorite vegetable in this perennial garden. It is called katuk, but the Thais call it pokbanwan. And it is delicious. When you saute it up with some onions and garlic, it literally tastes very savory, almost like a friend of mine called it beef leaf. So it has a very delicious savory flavor. I'm going to be doing some other videos on that later on. And when you get the leaves very young, they are just absolutely amazing. Many of you are familiar with holy basil, and there are actually 4 different varieties of holy basil, and this is the one referred to as Vana, if I'm thinking correctly. If I'm not, please correct me in the comments. But Vana has a very licorice and anise smell to it. It has a very strong smell. And this bed here, we used to have tons of tomatoes and peppers, but as of right now, the tomatoes have been pulled, but the pepper plants are left over. They will continue to produce because it's so warm outside. And dun dun dun! This monster of a tree is my favorite tree in the perennial garden. It's an avocado tree, and from what I'm told, it used to produce a lot, however got struck by lightning. So this year it's not producing quite as much, but I have still been able to harvest a few avocados off of it, which is just so amazing because they eat seasonally here. So whereas in the States I get access to avocados all year round, I don't get that here. So I have been savoring those. Now we're going to move on to a different part of the garden, and there's Miss Kitty. She's pregnant, so she's just kind of laying around. She's due any day now. We've got some fresh picked jackfruits from the garden, and they are delicious. They taste like bubblegum. And kaffir limes, which have a very strong flavor. Okay, so we're at the front of the garden. Sorry you guys that my video is sideways. As many of you know, I'm still learning how to record. But this is some lemongrass. We have lemongrass everywhere in Thailand, and it repels mosquitoes like crazy. So they keep it all over the place. And as I walk around here, I remembered that we have another custard apple tree, and I know I saw at least one fruit on there. I can't believe we ate everything. They're delicious, and they have been known to fight against cancers. Another name for custard apple is soursop, so many of you might be familiar with the word soursop, but they are so good. Tastes like almost like a creamy avocado, a creamy sweet avocado. And there's one hiding from me. Now we're moving on to papaya. Papaya almost grows like a weed here. Everywhere you go, little baby papaya trees are popping up everywhere. So we have tons of papaya trees in this garden. And there is the Thai eggplant. They're small little fruits, and they love them here in Thailand. That kind of grows like a weed as well. It's everywhere, and you can literally pick it off the side of the road. Beautiful flower. As I pan around here to the left side of the garden, you will see another mango tree. There are literally about 50 to 60 mango trees on this property. They are everywhere. And here we come on my second favorite vegetable in this perennial garden. It is called a form of Malabar spinach. It's called Ceylon spinach. So it tastes similar to the leaf version of okra. It's very mucilaginous, but it is excellent for the body. So I come out and pick a couple of leaves every morning, and I put it in my green smoothies. If you are able to see in the back here, the very large green tree, that is a sweet tamarind. So it has not started producing yet for the season, but when it does, I can't wait. And now we have a surprise. This is our passion fruit vine. This passion fruit vine used to take over the entire front yard. It crawled over everything, and the owner finally went out and chopped it down and put it in one spot, and now she's moved it to the back of the front yard. I don't know if that makes sense, but back of the front yard. So we probably won't get any fruits this year on this vine. And this is wonderful Pan, and she is cooking in their kitchen. Say hi. They have a beautiful property. See, recording.